Welcome to Learn English by 24/7 Stories. Before we begin, remember, at the end of this video, I will teach you one new English word and one strong English sentence taken directly from today's story. So stay with me till the end. But let me ask you something. What if a single stranger could change your entire life? Today's story is about a young street musician, ignored by thousands, until one unexpected listener hears what no one else ever noticed. This one moment becomes the spark that transforms his entire future. Stay tuned. This ending might inspire you more than you expect. Evan Marsh spent 4 months playing on the same street corner in downtown Brighton. The lane was full of tourists, coffee drinkers, office workers, and weekend shoppers. But no matter how crowded it got, Evan always felt strangely invisible, just another sound blending into the city's noise. Every morning at 10, he took out his old guitar, placed the scratched case on the ground, and began playing. His fingers moved with skill, his voice carried deep emotion, but almost no one looked at him. Most people walked past with phones glued to their ears. Others hurried toward buses or cafes. To the world, Evan was just another street performer. To himself, music was everything he had left. He had grown up in a small town, always feeling like an outsider. Music was the only thing that made him feel whole. After high school, without money for college, he took a few part-time jobs but kept writing songs at night. Finally, he decided to perform on the streets, the only stage he could afford. But Brighton streets rarely rewarded him. One Tuesday afternoon, after 2 hours of playing, Evan's case held only 3 coins. Fatigue hung on his shoulders. Then something unusual happened. A pair of shoes stopped right in front of him. He looked up to find an elderly man with a gray scarf listening with complete focus. He didn't glance around, didn't check his watch. He simply listened, as if Evan's music was the only sound that mattered. Evan played harder, deeper, more honestly than before. When he finished, the man nodded with sincerity. "You play beautifully," he said. Evan blinked in surprise. Compliments were rare. Real ones even rarer. "Thank you," he said quietly. The man added, "Don't underestimate yourself. You already have something worth listening to." He dropped a folded bill into Evan's case, far more than Evan normally earned in an entire day. Then he walked away. Evan stared at the bill, stunned, but what echoed in his heart was the sentence. "You have something worth listening to." A single sentence. But a powerful one. That night, Evan practiced with new energy. For the first time in months, hope felt real. The next day, Evan performed again, this time with more confidence. And suddenly, the city responded differently. A teenage boy approached him. "My sister heard you yesterday," the boy said. "She said you were really good." Evan froze. Someone had actually talked about him. Later, a woman dropped a generous tip and whispered, "Beautiful voice." A businessman tapped his fingers in rhythm. A college student recorded him on her phone. Small moments. Small recognitions. But for Evan, they felt huge. Not everything was perfect. A shop owner complained that Evan's music disturbed lunchtime customers. Evan moved to another spot, but after 2 days of feeling lost, he returned to his original corner during quieter hours. It still felt like his place. But then, life threw another challenge. A message from his older brother appeared. "Dad needs to talk to you. Come home tomorrow." Evan knew what was coming. At home, his father didn't waste time. "You can't keep wasting your time on this street music thing," he said. "No progress. No stability. You're living off coins, Evan. This is not a future." Evan stayed silent until he finally found the courage to speak. "I'm not just hoping for coins," he said softly. "I'm trying to build something. Someone told me I had something worth hearing. And I believe that now." His father shook his head, unconvinced. But his mother listened carefully. Later, she told him, "Your father is scared for you. But you sound different today." On the train back to Brighton, Evan made a decision. He would no longer wait for opportunity. He would chase it. That night, he didn't go home. He went to a cafe's website and found an open mic event. His hands trembled as he signed up. For the first time, he would perform indoors. On a real stage. The Blue Lantern Cafe was warm and softly lit. Mismatched chairs, dim fairy lights, and a tiny stage at the front. Evan's name was third on the list. When his turn came, his heart hammered. But when he touched the guitar, everything quieted. He played with vulnerability, every emotion, every doubt, every bit of hope poured into the song. When the final chord faded, silence filled the room. Then applause. Not massive. But genuine. People came up afterward, complimenting him, connecting with him, encouraging him. He was invited to play again the next week. He posted his performances online. Slowly, a small community grew around his music. For the first time, Evan felt momentum. But he kept thinking about the old man who had encouraged him. He wanted to thank him again. And then, one evening at his street corner, a familiar voice said, "I hoped I'd find you here again." It was the elderly man, Henry Collingwood. Evan's eyes lit up. "You changed everything for me." Henry smiled. "No. You did the work. I just reminded you who you were." Evan said, "I'm performing on real stages now." "That's what I hope to hear," Henry said. "Promise me something. One day when you play in a real theater, save a seat for me in the front row." "Deal," Evan replied. Before leaving, Henry placed a note in Evan's guitar case. "Keep choosing the path that scares you." Months passed. Evan grew more confident, more skilled, more recognized. His parents slowly accepted his path. And then, his biggest moment came. His first real theater performance. 80 seats. A dream he once thought impossible. Before stepping on stage, he placed a reserved sign on a seat in the front row. For Henry. The first person who listened. When the lights dimmed, Evan walked onto the stage and said, "I want to dedicate this performance to the one person who believed in me before anyone else did." He touched the empty chair. "This one's for you." He played the most powerful version of his song. And as the crowd applauded, Evan realized. One listener had become many. But the first one would always matter most. And now, as promised, here is today's new English word. English word, encouragement. Meaning, support, confidence, or hope given to someone. And here is today's English sentence, taken from the heart of this story. One moment of encouragement can change someone's entire future. If this story inspired you, like the video. For daily English learning through powerful stories, subscribe to Learn English by 24/7 Stories. And now, watch the next story on your screen, another lesson, another word, another step toward fluency.